What's up, guys? One Koala Man here, bringing you episode number 33 of our fairy tale reviews, and a lot goes down in today's episode. So bear with me, I'm gonna try and explain what happens in today's episode. But if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit that like button down below. Be sure to answer the question of the day and follow me on Twitter, both which will be in the description down below, so be sure to give those a look. And be sure to share with everybody you know would enjoy this kind of review, because like I say in every episode, this review is not like every other kind of review. It's more like a step-by-step of what happens, why it happens, how it happens, all that good stuff. And with all that said and done, let's get this mother underway. So we start today's episode off in Akane Resort, which is this beach resort that Loki gave tickets to the squad to go to get their R&R on, get the rest, get their playtime, get their just relaxation. And it's a nice resort, pretty much. It's a real nice resort. It got a casino, a theme park, a beach. Oh, it's amazing. And of course, wherever Gray is, Juvia is somewhere around lurking, being a creep and spying on him. But either way, they're all having a good time, and Erza's, you know, at her hotel room or her suite on like the deck, and she's laying in a lawn chair, and she's just like being so happy. I've never seen Erza so happy before. And she starts to fall asleep, and she starts dreaming a little bit. So in this dream, we see foreshadowing up the wazoo, because we see like this prison, we see like weird looking dog things, we see people yelling at other people, we see children, we see an old fairy tale member, because there's a part in this dream where like you see the back of a guy, and you see like the tattoo of the fairy tale emblem on his back. So I don't know what that situation. And we see Erza as a child. Now I don't know if it is Erza, but I'm pretty sure it is, because little girl with red hair, just like Erza's hair. I really hope everything comes together like a nice big puzzle, because right now we just got some pieces flying around doing whatever. And then Erza finally wakes up, and she's just kind of nervous about, the dream. So after her little dream, Lucy comes in and says, "Come on, the guys are already down in the casino, they're doing their own thing. Let's go down to the casino and have some fun, girl." And Erza's like, "Okay, I guess." And so she reflips this big old animation just for her to get into a dress, and so they go down to the casino. So now we're at the casino, and Natsu and Happy are playing like this number game. You gotta get like 3 in a row or something like that. And Natsu barely loses, and he starts throwing a temper tantrum. And this one blockhead guy, who we find out later in the episode is named Wally, he's got this cool New York accent. I'm not gonna try it because I don't know how to do a New York accent. And he like kind of threatens Natsu. He like turns all pixely. He chains up Natsu against the globe or whatever that he was playing, and he like points a gun right at Natsu, laser right here, right in the dead center of his forehead. And then Gray and Juvia are talking, and Juvia is saying how she wants to be a part of Fairy Tail, because Gray's a part of Fairy Tail, so why not Juvia be part of Fairy Tail? And so they're talking, and then this guy looking like One-Eyed Willie, who we later find out his name's Simon, he comes up and says, "Are you Grateful Buster?" And then he just blows up the immediate area with like his eye or whatever. So Blockhead Wally and One-Eyed Willie Simon are both asking, like at the same time, in their respective areas. They're saying, "Where is Erza?" So I don't know what these chumps have to do with Erza, but Erza is gonna lay the smack down on them. But speaking of Erza, her and Lucy are at this like blackjack looking table, and this like card dealer, he like switches out with another card dealer, and apparently Erza knows this guy, and his name is Sho. So I don't know what's up with these creeps coming up everywhere in this freaking casino. And Sho is like calling Erza's sister. So who is this guy? Who is Simon? And who is Wally? Because I have no idea who any of these guys are yet. And he's just saying, "We missed you so much, sister." And I'm like, oh my gosh. So Erza's got some explaining to do. So the lights turn off. Wally shoots Natsu right in the mouth. Simon blows up freaking Gray and Juvia like nothing happened. And then the lights come back on, and everybody in the immediate area of Erza and Lucy are like trapped in these cards. and Lucy gets tied up by this crazy cat lady named Miliana, who also knows Erza, and she's getting stretched like crazy from this little binding, and it looks painful because I'm not that flexible, and I would be dead if that were happening to me. So now all these creeps finally found Erza, and they're all, you know, around Erza, and apparently Erza, I mean, if you didn't figure it out already, used to be close friends with all of these people. So I don't know, and they're getting angry because she betrayed them. Now that is something that the Erza we know would never do. She would never betray anybody. So I'm really curious as to what she did to, you know, tick these people off. And then good old Wally, Blockhead, knocks out Erza. Simon takes Erza. Wally also kidnaps Happy and gives him to Miliana, who absolutely loves Happy, because I mean she loves cats, which is freaking weird. But, you know, I guess they're kind of a thing. Wally and Miliana are kind of, you know, a couple. And then Show mentions we're finally going to go home, back to the Tower of Heaven. And they also mention someone who is probably their leader, named Jalal. So, of course, they all escape, you know, scot-free. And then Lucy's, like, trying to escape. She tries using her keys, but apparently the bindings not only bind the person, but it binds the person's magic that it's binding. A lot of binding words. But anyways, she then figures out a plan because this guy like poked her like from the card, and so the guy like cuts her free from inside the card. I don't know, some weird thing. And she tries to find the squad, or what's left of the squad. And now she finally found the squad, and Natsu is ticked. The only person on his mindset is Wally, or Blockhead. He calls him Blockhead. And he wants to find him because, I mean, it's pretty disrespectful to shoot someone in the mouth, right? And so he's trying to find him. And so the squad tries to find all these creeps that took Erza. Alright, now we get moved on to the Tower of Heaven, which is this big, giant, tall, ugly looking thing. And we see like some guy teleport in some room or whatever. And there's this guy sitting on a throne, and his name is Jalal, so that's probably the mastermind behind all of this. And we see him wearing a hood, and we see like this much of his face like down. And this mother, okay, this guy's got the same exact marking as Seagrain. So I don't know if it is Seagrain. I don't know if it's some guy with that happens to have the same marking on his face. I don't know. But anyways, this guy's telling Jalal that Erza's finally coming down, and Jalal says, great, she will make the perfect sacrifice. Now, I don't know what the sacrifice is for, so there's a lot of unanswered questions in this dang episode. And now we're on a ship, and that is where Erza and those freaking weirdos are. And she's tied up, you know, in the poop deck or something like that. I don't know ship terminology except for poop deck. But, she's just tied up, and Show comes in and gives her a big old hug and says, I missed you so much, sister. It's been so long since we've seen you. And it's just a very bittersweet moment for Show. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of unanswered questions. And then we get kicked back to a flashback. And this flashback is like all those creepy guys and Miliana as children back with Erza when she was a child, and they were talking about escaping this prison. And so I don't know what this prison is. A lot of unanswered questions. And then we see young Jalal, and this mother has definitely got to be Seagrain, okay? Because, I mean, I don't know anybody else that looks just like Seagrain except for Jalal. So unless they're brothers or like twins or whatever, I have a feeling Jalal is Seagrain, and Seagrain is Jalal. So, and that's pretty interesting because Seagrain is a member of the 10 Wizard Saints. And that about does it for today's episode of Fairy Tail. And like I said, like 4 or 5 times this episode, a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of missing pieces. We have questions up the butt of who these people are, what did Erza do, why did Erza do this, what is the Tower of Heaven supposed to do, everything. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Alrighty guys, you already know I don't like to end off these episodes without a question of the day. So today's question of the day is, which of Erza's old close friends, those freaking weirdos, is your favorite and or least favorite? we got Miliana, we got Wally, we got Simon, and we got Sho. I'm not going to count Jalal yet because, you know, we haven't really seen him. So, I mean, I would vote for Jalal because, you know, I like Seagrain, I like Jalal. Good match. So, but of these people that we were introduced to this episode, besides Jalal, my favorite is probably Wally because I love his New York accent. I love his attitude. He's so awesome. Wally is legit. I wish he wasn't really, like, blocky as he is. But, I mean, I can't really complain too much. So, yeah, let me know down in the comment section below who is your favorite member of Erza's close friends back in the day. Back in the Tower of Heaven days. And with all that said and done, keep it cool.